Hafide. The Committee on Rules hereby convenes this meeting. For the record, today is Wednesday, June 27th, 2018, and the time is now 5:22 p.m. Our core staff, Ms. Mary Maravilla, will now call the roll of members.
Chairwoman Regine Biscoe Lee. Senator Thomas C. Atta. Speaker Benjamin J. F. Cruz. Vice Speaker Therese M. Terlahi. Senator Frank B. Uggan Jr. Senator Talina Cruz Nelson. Senator Dennis G. Rodriguez Jr. Senator Joe S. San Augustine. Senator Michael F. Q. Nicholas. Senator James V. Espaldon. Senator Mary Camacho Torres. Senator Fernando B. Esteves. Madam Chair, there is a quorum.
Suzus Masi. Does the chair hear a motion to excuse members not present?
Second.
Moved by Senator Atta, seconded by Speaker Cruz. Any objections? Hearing none, motion carries. I'll now give the members an opportunity to review the core meeting minutes from our last meeting, May 17th.
Move for adoption of the meetings, Madam Chair. The minutes. Second.
There's been a motion by Senator Uggan to ratify the minutes for our May 17th, 2018 meeting, seconded by Senator San Augustine. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. And we'll now move on to the Legislative Secretary's report on the document tracking for y legislatura en Guahan. The Legislative Secretary report to date is as follows. 26 appointments have been submitted by the Governor, are pending as of today. I'd like to state for the record that 8 appointments have met their potential due date, and they are Patrick L. Hines, Public at Large Member, Government of Guam Retirement Fund Board of Trustees. Dr. Robert L. Haddock, Veterinarian Representative for the Guam Board of Allied Health Examiners. Jonathan R. Kwan, Magistrate by Chief Justice Catherine A. Merriman. Dr. Kia Ramani, Member, Guam Board of Medical Examiners. Brent L. Weiss, Architect Member, Guam Building Code Council. Jason L. Cruz, Governor's appointee to the Guam Regional Transit Authority Board. Polly Mike C. Crisostomo, Member of the Criminal Injuries Compensation Commission. And William G. Miller, Jr., Registered Professional Engineer Member of the Guam Building Code Council. And all committees are aware of these potential due dates. In terms of zone changes, 13 zone changes were transmitted by the Governor, and all have been approved by the Governor's office. 12 proposed rules and regulations have been submitted thus far. 2 of these are currently going through the AAA process with their respective committees to comply with Public Law 34-32. For more information, the public can please visit our website at guamlegislature.org. Moving on, committee reports for the following items have been duly filed with the Committee on Rules, so these bills are cleared for our session agenda. In terms of old business, those include bills number 5, 6, 18, 29, 39, 81, 104, 114, 163, 166, 171, 188, 195, 211, 221, 233, 247, and resolution number 107. There were several bills that were passed on file in previous sessions. Those include bills 74, 75, and 147. In terms of new business, these bills have met the Committee on Rules deadlines. Bill number 154, as corrected by the prime sponsor and amended by the Committee on Environment, Land, Agriculture, and Procurement Reform, the author, Thomas C. Atta. Bill number 216, also authored by Senator Thomas C. Atta. Bill 224, Mary Camacho Torres. Bill 232, as substituted by the Committee on Health, Tourism, Military Affairs, and Senior Citizens, Dennis G. Rodriguez. Joe S. San Augustine, Talina Cruz Nelson, Frank B. Uggan Jr., and Tommy A. Morrison. Bill number 273-34, as corrected by the prime sponsor, Senator Talina Cruz Nelson, as well as the nominations of William D. Berry, Thomas P. Camacho, Dee S. Camacho, Amanda M. Catherine, Frank J. Pangilinan, and Catherine C. Scrow. Are there any motions to place these items on the session agenda? Speaker Cruz, you're recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, session next week is only Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday is July 4th, so that's a holiday. Thursday and Friday, and we'll need time for engrossment. And I was hoping that we would, as a group, limit the number of bills and issues that we're going to be discussing next week. One, at some point, in order to be able to prepare the budget, I need to know what the revenue is. And so I'm hoping that at some point we get to the point of a bill that isn't on this list right now, but is the repeal of the sales tax. I really do hope that we'll focus on that to try to figure out what's going to happen, because if the vote is to repeal, I need to know that in order to know what the revenue is, because right now it's impossible to get a budget together unless I know that. So if we could please just, unless it's absolutely urgent, just limit it to as few things as possible, with the possibility of doing that, the appointments, and but just whatever is absolutely necessary. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Senator Uggan, you're recognized. Oh, I thought you. Sure.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I'd like to move for the placement of the following individuals who are listed, and you did highlight them a little earlier. The nominations and the appointments of the following individuals: Mr. William D. Beery to serve as a licensed general building contractor, member of the Guam Building Code Council. The nomination of Tomas P. Camacho.
I apologize, Senator Uggan. Can we just take them one by one and we'll...
Okay.
So
Thank you,
William D. Beery, seconded by Senator San Augustine. Any objection? Hearing none, so moved. Senator Uggan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The nomination of Mr. Thomas P. Camacho to serve as a structural engineer member for the Guam Building Code Council.
Seconded by Senator San Augustine. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Uggan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Senator San Augustine. The nomination of Ms. Dee S. Camacho to serve as a member of the A.B. Wampat International Airport Authority Board of Directors with a recommendation to do confirm.
Seconded by Speaker Cruz. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The nomination of Amanda M. Catherine to serve as a general public member familiar with barrier-free architecture of the Guam Building Code Council with a recommendation to do confirm.
Seconded by Speaker Cruz. Any objection? Hearing none, Senator Uggan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Speaker, the nomination of Mr. Frank J. Pangilinan to serve as a licensed real estate professional member of the Guam Building Code Council with a recommendation to do confirm.
Seconded by Speaker Cruz. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Uggan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Speaker, finally, with the nomination of Ms. Catherine C. Scroll to serve as a member of the A.B. Wampat International Airport Authority Board of Directors with a recommendation to do confirm.
Seconded by Speaker Cruz. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries.
One other item, Madam Chair, in recognition of and understanding the suggestion by the good Speaker, the Chair of Appropriations, I was assured that Bill number 270, which is relative to restoring the liquid fuel tax rates that existed prior to the enactment of Public Law number 34-44, I was assured by the committee chair that in fact that will be reported out by the time session commences next week. So just for the information of the body, I have intentions of requesting the body to consider placement on the session agenda at that time. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Uggan. Senator San Augustine, you're recognized. 270.
Madam Chair, I'd like to add, we have 3 nominees Mr. Rene A. Lanetta, nominated to serve on the alcohol beverage control. It's not in the listed, but the committee report was submitted.
Yes,
Any
I just want to
corrections?
note, yeah, this did not meet the core committee report deadline, but it wasn't filed with the clerks in time due to some revisions on the documents, but, so I'm not sure if it's up online yet.
Okay. So do you want me to just add, I'll do it on the floor then, or not now? Okay, I'll wait until the floor.
Thank you.
And also just to let the body know that also Bill 262 should be completed by the time we reach the floor, which is the bill on the repeal of the sales tax that the speakers inquired. Thank you.
Okay, any other nominations? Okay. Senator Torres.
Madam Chair, I fully appreciate the time constraints, but I would like to move that Bill number 224-34 be entertained at the session. This is a bill that is known as the Student Health Services Act, and it has to do with the delegation to student health services to school employees other than healthcare providers, specific to emergencies and emergency medication. And given that we will be entering the next school year, I believe this bill needs to be entertained now so that the Department of Education can have adequate time to implement this new policy. Bill 224-34.
Moved by Senator Torres and seconded by Senator San Agustin. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Torres? Senator Nelson?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I too appreciate the time constraint that we have, but however, I would like to add Bill 273-34, which is an act to repeal and reenact Chapter 2 of Title 29, Guam Administrative Rules and Regulations relative to adopting the Guam Solid Waste Authority's rules and regulations for solid waste management and operations. We're trying to do this in a timely fashion. They have a July court hearing scheduled.
Seconded by Speaker Cruz. Any objection to placing Bill number 273 as corrected by the Prime Sponsor on the agenda? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Atta.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. First of all, maybe we should make the motion that on the agenda, Bill 262-34, that's a sales tax exemption bill, correct? Should be placed at the top of the agenda. Huh?
It should be ready by Friday, by this Friday.
Okay, fine.
And it'll be brought up
We can
Monday.
do that on the floor then. I would then like to move to place Bill 154-34. This is the bill that relative to the permitting and regulating of the off-premise signage.
That's Bill number 154 as corrected
As
by the
corrected,
sponsor
correct.
and amended in the committee, correct?
Correct.
Okay. There is a second? Second. Seconded by Senator San Agustin. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries.
And finally, I'd like to move to place Bill 216-34. And basically what this bill does is it designates a 4-acre portion of a 22-acre lot down at the Port Authority of Guam for the eventual construction of the Guam Customs and Quarantine Agency down at the port.
Thank you, Senator Atta. Seconded by Senator San Agustin. Any objections to placing Bill 216 on the agenda? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you, Senator Atta. Any other motions to place?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I'd like to make the motion to place Resolution 239 onto the session agenda. The bill has been introduced to core and had made it to session floor with only a withdrawal for reconsideration by the committee, which was submitted very soon after. So I do make the motion to place Resolution 239 onto the session agenda.
And if you can...
The ethics resolution.
Just read the title.
Yes. Just a moment to pull it up, Madam Chair.
Sure.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Resolution 239-34 COR submitted by the Committee on Ethics and Standards relative to the Committee on Ethics and Standards findings of acts committed by Senator James V. Espaldon, which violated the Code of Ethics and Standards and the committee's recommendation for disciplinary action.
Madam Chair, I just would like to inquire whether, in fact, the committee report, based on what is releasable, is on the webpage or accessible by members of the community.
I'm sorry, can you please, was that referred to me, Senator? Can you...
No, my inquiry is because there's a suggestion to place a resolution on the floor, is whether in fact that is accessible through the internet, through the webpage, legislative website, only information that is releasable based on the committee's discussion.
Like the last one, it's available for an if you want to come schedule a reading. It's available in my office under lock and key. No, but not on, because of the nature of the resolution. I did not place it online.
But then we will be discussing the general resolution and the ultimate suggestion by the committee for a resolution or resolving the whole issue. So that resolution then, is that accessible through the website so that at least our people have that opportunity to be able to review everything, all inclusive of whatever pieces of legislation is being added to the agenda?
The resolution itself and the information made public by vote of the committee as to what was releasable is available, and it's encompassed within the resolution itself. With regards to what would be discussed by the body, the information that's provided as part of the records review is available to members, but I don't think there's any, there's no preclusion to discussion on those issues as it is addressed to the resolution with regards to that. As to whether or not that session is televised is not my call to make.
Yeah, I'm just asking whether the version of the resolution will be accessible by the public.
Yes.
That's releasable?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I will clear with legal counsel, and whatever can be put online will be put online.
There's been a motion by Senator Estevez to place resolution number 39 onto session agenda. Do I hear a second?
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. If you can just please specify as to what's going on right now.
We'll now move to extension of remarks, so the chair opens the floor for further discussion. If any other members...
Yes. Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to thank the Committee on Rules for allowing me to be here. Although I am the chairman of a standing committee, I do respect the dynamic that's intended with the operation of the committee. I'm glad we were able to resolve this. So we did, just so that the record's clear, I did make the motion to move the ethics resolution forward. There was not a second at this time. I don't believe there's any movement from the committee to do anything else. As per the process within our legislative rules, I think it ends here.
Does the chair hear a motion to adjourn the Committee on Rules meeting?
Second. So
Moved by Senator Ada, seconded by Senator San Augustine. Hearing no objections, motion carries. The Committee on Rules hereby adjourns this meeting at 5:42 p.m. Mrs. Osmasi for your attendance and participation. Thank you.